Shalom, shalom, Israel. Shabella Hezekiah back at it with an exhortation and motivation, volume 25. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory and praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's the most high God of Israel, none else, and his only begotten Son, who the world calls Jesus Christ. I want to give a mighty shalom and double honors to the elders of the house of David and all the elders worldwide. I'm going to give a mighty shalom and shout out to all the brothers pushing this truth in the highways and byways at the chief place of concourse, preaching this gospel. And I want to give a mighty shalom and shout out to the women and children that's praying, fasting, giving alms, keeping the commandments in the faith of the Black Messiah, Yahweh HaMashiach. Today is part 3. The world is in a crisis. We're going over poverty. Remember what I told y'all in the last parts, what I'm going to be bringing out, how the powers that be, right, the power structure, right, they need to create a new standard to create, right, to create order out of chaos, right? It's like a quote unquote new world order. But we know that the new world order is when Yahweh Shai come back and set up the kingdom that's gonna last forever and ever, right? All praise to the Most High for that. But as of right now, right, there's 8 levels of control that these Edomites, these 1%, right? Your Rockefellers, your Bilderbergs, your Bill Gates, your DuPonts, your Rothschilds, right? Your bankers, right? The Jewish people, right? Right? 8 levels of control. Healthcare, dealt with that. Poverty, debt, gun control. Y'all seen what happened in Georgia a couple days. Welfare, education, religion, class, class warfare. That's gonna eliminate the middle class. That's what they're trying to do, eliminate the middle class, right? Only rich and the poor, right? And as you know, poverty also deals with that, The rich get richer, the poor get poor, make the middle class poor, right? So you just have rich and poor, right? And that's um, the sum of this class is how, the blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, Israel, God's chosen people, is crafty counsel taken against us, right? It started with slavery. And that's why most of us, not all of us, you got some that's rich, that's wealthy. And those are what? Your entertainers, your athletes, right? Your social media influencers, right? Those that have given their soul and everything up to the spiritual wickedness of this world. That's the only way you could achieve or be on top and have lots of money, lots of wealth, right? If you give your life, your soul, your everything, right, into Satan, man, spiritual Satan, man, and dealing with his devils, right, on a dark side, right, just to prosper, you know. And these people can't speak against these wicked forces. These people can't speak on our behalf of the truth, right? These people can't spread the truth of that we the real Israelites according to the Bible. They don't believe in no Bible. They believe in gold, oil, drugs, gold, money, diamonds, material things, cars, clothes, right? Vanity, right? But we're gonna bring out the truth today on how the world wants to control us, right? And make us poor, 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 keep us at a low state, keep us at poverty. All right. Let's jump straight into it. Let me share my screen. Bear with me, Israel. Bear with me. All right. Okay. Poverty. Poverty is a complex and multifaceted issues that affects individuals and communities worldwide, especially the Black and Hispanic community and the Native American community. Right. I want to bring out maybe on another day how one of the poorest, I mean, one of the poorest neighborhoods is the reservations that our brothers in the Gadite and the Reubenite communities, man. I'm talking about they going through it. But reading on, it is generally defined as the state of lacking sufficient financial resources and essentials for a minimum standard of living. Right here are some key points about poverty. Definition type: absolute poverty. This refers to a condition where individuals lack the basic necessities for survival, such as food, clean water, right? What they do up in Detroit and in the Michigan area, the water is still dirty to this day, right? It's so dirty that even it's too contaminated and too um unhealthy for animals to drink. Yeah, read it on shelter and healthcare, right? Related poverty. This is a condition where individuals have significantly less income and resources compared to others in their society, affecting their ability to participate fully in social and economic activities. Sound like Jake. Causes of poverty. Poverty can result from a variety of factors, including economic factor, unemployment, mm, low wages, and lack of access to markets. Sound like the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Social factors, discrimination, lack of education, and inadequate social services. Environmental factors, natural disasters, climate change, and lack of natural resources. Political factors, corruption, poor governance, and political instability. Effects of hold on, political factors, corruption, right? As you know it in California, right? So-called black people over there, they was working on getting reparations, and what happened? The Black Caucus denied it. Why? Because they knew if black people was going to get reparations, the white people, right, would have took it to court, to Supreme Court, and it would have been ruled unconstitutional. Why? Because if the black people get reparations, why not can the white people get reparations, right? Read on. Effects of poverty. Poverty has far-reaching effects on individuals and society, including health issues, poor nutrition, right? Lack of access to health care and higher rates of disease. Education, limited access to quality education and lower educational attainment. Social issues, increase poverty increases crime rates, right? No jobs. What do our brothers do? Sell drugs. What do our sisters do? Prostitute, right? Rob, armed robbery, all types of crimes, social unrest, right? Riots, right? And reduce social cohesion, right? That's poverty, right? Okay, bear with me. Check this out. All right, check this out. Poverty rates for blacks and Hispanics in the United States have seen some significant changes over the years. Here are some key points. Historic lows in 2019. 2019, the poverty rate for blacks was 18.8%, and for Hispanics, it was 15.7%. These were historic lows for both groups. By 2022, the poverty rate for blacks had further decreased to a record low of 17.1. For Hispanics, the poverty rate was 17% in 2020, right? So for the Hispanics, it raised by 2%, and for blacks, it lowered just 1%, right? Okay. Let's see what else I got. Okay, hold on to that. Bear with me, Israel. let's get into the first video. All right, so I'm dealing with our people first while we in poverty, right? Bear with me, I'm sharing my screen. While we are in poverty. Now, I'm gonna bring something out, right? It's nothing against our sisters, it's nothing against our brothers, but we do it in this aspect, we do it to our own selves. We in poverty, right? Forget the white man right now. We know what he did to us. But we continue, instead of building ourselves up, we continue to destroy each other, right? We continue to hate each other, right? There's no love, there's no unity. In one ways, it's two ways, it's a couple ways, actually. And one of the ways is this child support, right? We dealing with it today. Yeah, we dealing with it today. I'm getting on us first, because we need to realize we all we got in these last days. All right, check this out.
I knew child support was a scam.
The state is profiting off of child support?
Correct. And in most states, the Judicial Retirement Fund is funded from this money. So the more child support that's issued from the family courts, the larger the judicial retirement.
To get people to pay child support?
Correct.
And even married people, to get them to break up and then have to pay each other child support?
Absolutely, yeah. There's really no appeal from family courts. So family courts, unlike normal, like civil courts or criminal courts, there's almost no appellate options out of a family court. So the judges operate with no oversight and just do whatever they want. Like in Texas, we get 66 cents on the dollar put into the Texas Treasury for every dollar of child support that's paid. Right? So the state is now highly incentivized to issue the maximum amount of child support.
The child support system should be destroyed.
You see that? With that being said, sisters, we need to stop paying these men on child support, man. Right? We doing the white man a favor, man. We actually paying these white judges, man, these white court officials, man, when we pay each other on child support. It's not helping. It's actually hurting, right? We need to build these marriages back up through the spirit of Most High and His Son, man. We dependent on Esau to take care of our families, man. And it's resulting into brothers being in poverty, man. Brothers barely got money in their pocket, man. Instead of y'all coming together on an agreement, right? Mending y'all differences, right? And loving each other, man. Instead of all this secret hatred and this grudges and this envy and this jealousy, man, and this evilness. Child support is the damn works of Satan. Salakia. All right, let me move on to the next. Now check this out. I want y'all to pay attention. Salakia. Let me share my screen. Bear with me.
Three reasons why the Black community is so poor, and some of the things that we can do to change it. On this channel, we talk about tips and tricks to help you build wealth and become financially savvy. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, like the video. Did I say subscribe already? Yeah, make sure you subscribe. Here are the top 3 reasons why the Black community is so poor. Reason number 1, the Black community is poor because we do not have enough business owners. Most communities, when they come to America, the first thing they do is establish an economic base. They start creating barbershop, grocery stores, they open 7-Elevens, they create retail outlets and restaurants, all the basic amenities that they may need as a community. Some did it because at the time it was difficult to find work in a majority white society, but most because this allowed them to employ members of their community that probably would not go on to receive a higher education and who would otherwise remain unemployed. See, while there were times in American history why Black people did focus on building their own business, after integration, most of the efforts were placed on politics and getting a corporate job. While a landscaping business owner or construction business owner could easily make a take-home pay well in the six figures, and at the same time employ members of their community, this type of work was replaced by the Black professional, who at times make a lot less, sometimes $50,000 or $60,000 a year, and did not employ any members of their community. Also, the Black professional and college graduate quickly became more of a status symbol within the Black community, kind of making it less likely that people will go out and start their own business. Regardless of the level of income you're able to generate as a business owner, you can have an MBA with no money in the bank and probably be held in higher regard than the man who owns his own carpenter business with $1 million net worth. To change this, the Black community must.
Right. So another way how, us Black people, Hispanic, Native American people, rights and property, because when it's, the school to prison pipeline, right? These schools, majority of our schools doesn't have programs that help you establish a trade like plumbers, engineers, electricians, mechanics. You understand what I'm saying? So when we in these schools, we're trained, we're taught, right, on how to be slaves, right? Workers, not thinkers, not business owners, right? Not entrepreneurs. Only a very small remnant, right? Most of our brothers and sisters want to be athletes, right? Social media influencers, right? Or they just want to be drill rappers, or basically they want to be dope boys and dope girls, man, and be strippers and OnlyFans models, man. This is all crafty counsel, man. And it all starts at home as well, But I'm gonna continue the video.
Focus on developing businesses if they ever hope to become wealthy as a community one day. The second reason the Black community is so poor is because we do not support the few Black businesses that we do have. In the book, The Jewish Phenomenon by Steven Silberger, he said, take care of your own and they will take care of you. He talks.
You see that? Even the fake small hats, man, the Amalekites, man. The Jewish people, they even know, man. They take our holy scriptures, they apply it, and they on top, man. Why we don't do what they do, which really belongs to us, written by our forefathers. Why we don't take care of our own people, man? Crabs in the barrel, man. It all started from slavery, man. The Willie Lynch, man. Right? We need to break these chains, man. Break it. I'm gonna continue.
Talks about a Jewish belief that if your group depends on the funding of others, it will be subordinate to that funding group. Because of many of the hardships that the Jewish people have faced, they have developed a sense of economic responsibility for each other, where they pride themselves in forming communities and supporting each other's businesses. They know that their shared
the only thing we support is the weed, man. And the baddie on Instagram.
Survival might depend on it one day, and are determined not to relive any of their past mistakes. There's a lot that the Black community can learn from the Jewish community. Support your community, and your community will one day be in a position to support you. This isn't to say that you hate on anyone else's community. Quite the opposite. But when your group does not have any economic power, people will take advantage of you. All the shooting of Black people by police officers could be tied back to the lack of economic power within the Black community. There is very little repercussion today for killing a Black person. That's because most cops know that they can't probably afford a good lawyer to fight the system. If Black people are to move from the highest unemployment rate and from one of the poorest racial groups, they need to start focusing on creating businesses and supporting each other. And the third reasons why the Black community and Black people in general are so poor is because they spend their money on the wrong things. The Black spending power is reported to be $1.5 trillion, which is more money than I can imagine. Most of this goes into housing, about 37%, which is understandable. But Black people spend twice as much on their clothes than they do on their education. And this is not surprising. According to a Bureau of Labor Statistics report, Black people spend more on their clothes, more on entertainment, more on their cars than they do on their education. And according to the book, The Jewish Phenomenon, the idea that Jewish people are cheap is far from the truth. Jewish people are the cornerstone of hard book sales, accounting for between 50 and 75% of non-institutional hardcover sales in the United States, essentially saying they spend money on books. They also invest a lot into their education. It's one of the expenses that they are willing to spend big bucks on. They also understand that after getting a formal education, the goal.
Right. So we look, just look. I'm gonna just show my screen. Look, we are at the bottom of the total poll on household income. Look. But we spend 1.5, I'm saying I'm rounding to 1.5 trillion a year annually on material things. Why? We are cursed people. We are stupid. We lack knowledge. Without this Bible, man, we're nothing. We need to start applying it, man. We looking crazy out here. And look who's at the top. We know who's really at the top, but look who's at the top of this. The Indian Americans. Filipino. Look, it's a common theme. These nations have discipline, right? And unity and honor amongst each other, man. Let me continue the video. Yeah, I'm getting on us first, man. I'm getting on our people first. Y'all think Esau is the only reason why we in poverty? Okay. Check, look in the mirror first. All right, let's move on. Right, let's go back to child support. All right, I have one more video for child support. Bear with me. All right. Salakia. No, gotta run through the ads, Salakia. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? I'm gonna rewind it. I'm gonna rewind this, man. We do it to ourselves, man. We are literally paying the government. You can't make this up, man. We do it to ourselves, man. And Esau profit off of it, man. Esau profits it off of it, man. All right. Let's just move on, man. Let's keep going. Right. And play this video by Kevin Hart. Y'all think he's a comedian, like he don't know nothing, right? Okay. Let's see. You see that? You see that, man? We spend, we spend, we spend. We just consumers, man. Got the liquor store right next. That's true, man. That's a cash checking place right now. I'm visioning in my head right now. And guess what's next to it? A corner store. There's many corner stores, right? And a liquor store right there. Pizza shop over there. Another corner store. Another corner store. Who these corner stores owned by? Ishmael, Elam. Liquor store even ran by Ishmael or Esau. Don't matter. Right? We do it to ourselves. Cash that check, man, and save that money, man. Save it. We just consumers, man. Give me a second. Bear with me. All right. Now, Salakia. Now I'm gonna deal with Esau, man. How Esau oppresses us, man. I dealt with our people, man. How we oppress our own selves, how we keep our own selves at the bottom. Right? You got child support, right? You got no love in the community. We don't have no businesses. We don't support our own businesses, black owned businesses, right? And we don't got no credit. We don't care about credit, right? Bottom line, we are major consumers, right? With no credit, with no savings account, right? With no financial goals, right? We just want to get drunk, get high, right? Buy Gucci, buy Jordans, buy the newest Benz, buy the newest Beamer, buy the nice Birkin bag, spend 1,000 on nails and eyelashes and weave, right? Vanity. Now let's do how Esau oppresses us. Okay. Let me share my screen. All right, check this out. So my man Duchess, right? I'm gonna read it. I just looked up the poverty guidelines for the US in 2023. I'm sure nothing changed in 2024. And I am horrified. The average rent in the US for a one-bedroom apartment, right, is $1,700 per month. Wow. That's $16,825 per year. The poverty guideline for one person doesn't even cover rent. All right. And then she says, let's just read on. Because she says a good point. Don't come at me with get a roommate. Don't come at me with move to a cheaper area. Adult people should be able to cover rent for a one-bedroom apartment and groceries. Let's not even talk about a car payment and gas. So you can get to your job to make too little to cover rent. If you're too poor to pay for your necessities, you're too poor to move and you have to live where you can find a job. Cheap places are usually cheap because the industry left and there are no jobs. Our government, I'm going to say it again, our government, the American government, ran by the small hats, ran by Edomites, needs to take a long, hard look at the situation in this country. People deserve better. And we as a population need to demand our representatives stop simping for mega corporations, instead work for us. Think they care? Look, this the poverty guideline. This person's a family household, right? 14,580. And what she's saying with that 14,580, you can't afford a 16,825 year per year rent. You know what I'm saying? So what's that? Negative 2,000 right there off the rent. You still gotta buy groceries. You still gotta pay your car note, your payment, your insurance. You still gotta pay gas in your car. You still gotta buy some clothes, right? You still probably want to go out. You want to do things, man. You think the government cares about us, about what we want to do? No, they just want our money and they tax us. Check this out. And they tax us. They inflate things and then they tax you. Let's read this. The basic ways government steals your money. If you earn it, income tax it. If you live somewhere, property tax. If you spend it, sales tax. If you save it, inflation tax. If you invest it, capital gains tax. If you start a business, you gotta have license. If you own a good business, profit tax. If you give it away, gift tax. If you die, inheritance tax. So they just stealing from us, man. That's it. They're just stealing from us. Let's get more. Check this out. This is by a representative. Americans pay so many taxes and fees. It's ridiculous. We should be slashing spending, deregulating, and cutting taxes. That's the real way to lower inflation and help Americans. Right? List of taxes. The average American pays. I'm not even gonna read all this. Just take a look at this. I'm just gonna let y'all take a look at some of these. Right. Take a couple seconds. Do the spirit. Just check it out. Damn liquor tax. Can't even get a bottle of Henny without getting taxed. Garbage tax. Self-employment tax. Wow. Vehicle registration tax. Parking meters. Can't forget about that. How you pay to park? Come on. Didn't y'all steal this land from the Gadites and Reubenites? Y'all telling us we gotta pay to park. Man, this is a stolen land. Air transportation tax. Come on. This is madness. They just tax whatever. They don't care. Right. The hotel tax. You got hunting license fees. This is madness. Hunting license fees, man. You think Jacob, Abraham had a hunting license fee? Huh? You This is crazy. Damn fishing license fees. Got to be crazy. You think Peter had a fishing license fees? You think Yahweh Shah had a fishing license fee? It's madness. Let's move on. I just wanted to bring this out real quick. Let's get some visuals, man. Check this out. There's some stats, man. There's some stats recently too. Over 500,000 though. 600,000 homeless in the United States. 30 million without health care. 42 million in poverty. 15-year difference in life expectancy between richest and the poorest. Look at this remark. But yes, let's do everything we can to support Israel. We're gonna get to that. Yes, this is the American dream right here. Right? They want to keep the poor poor. I'm telling y'all, man. You blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, man, y'all better wake up to this truth, man. And be unified in love, man. Check this out. Got more. It's Esau, but you know, our black people don't care. But Esau speaking now. She might never be Esau. You never know. But let's get the testimony. So lock it. Let me share my screen. Check this out. It's a testimony. What's going on, man? That's what we need to do, Israel. Unite. I've been telling y'all since I began this class, man. We need to unite, man, and recognize who the true enemy is. We not being inflation is not inflation how it is right now, or we being taxed how we being taxed right now. Everything's high and we getting paid low because the government doesn't have any money. They print money. They literally print money. They not broke. We gotta wake the hell up. See that? Now check this out. Now, I'm not gonna play this whole video, but basically, let's Churchill summed it all up, right? President Pugh removed all globalist central banks, which intentionally causes poverty, right? That's not true. That's what those people that opposed Pew and thought it was gonna happen. But guess what? With him doing that, right? They're GMO free. But before I read the rest of this, understand who runs these central banks. The 1%. Right? So guess what? They're GMO free. Grocery store costs 75% less than North America. No inflation. No inflation. Then she said this. This is why the WEF, the UN, the WHO, the CIA are demanding regime change and the removal of Putin. We live in a corrupt society, a corrupt government, man. We are ran by a corrupt, greedy government. Right? And speaking of our corrupt government, bear with me. I'm gonna bring something out. Bear with me, Israel. Bear with me. Right? United States of America, America in general, right? They act like they don't got money, man. They act like we're in so much debt, right? But this is what they do. If we're in so much debt, why is this happening? Let me share my screen. Just bear with me, Israel. A lot of information brought out today. Just bear with me. Just meditating what's brought out already today, man. This is crazy. All right, check this out. Right, they say I don't got no money, right? Okay. Since the beginning of Russia's invasion in February 2022, the United States has allocated approximately 113.4 billion in emergency funding to support Ukraine. What about the homeless people in our communities? What about the poor in our communities? Right? What about the single moms? What about the single fathers? Right? What about the Native Americans at these reservations? Right? That's them getting drunk off of Listerine. That's getting doped up. That doesn't have any job. That doesn't have any food to eat, proper clothes to wear. Reading on. This funding includes military, economic, and humanitarian aid. What about the humans in our countries, man? Right? Breakdown of the aid, right? Over 44 billion has been provided in security assistance. What about the security assistance of our hoods to stop the damn black on black violence, the damn armed robbery, the damn prostitution, the damn raping? Reading on, including equipment, weaponry, and training. Economic aid around 26.73 billion has been allocated to support Ukraine's government operations, such as paying civil servants, healthcare workers, and educators. How about you use that money for our education? Start some trade schools in the black communities, the Hispanic communities, right? Humanitarian aid, 3.4 billion has been committed to providing food assistance, safe drinking water. Why y'all don't use that money for the water that's in Mississippi, Michigan, right? All over. Maryland, right? New Orleans, medical supplies, and other necessities for displaced Ukrainians. The aid is part of broader international effort to support Ukraine during the conflict, which the U.S. being the largest contributor in terms of total money spent, right? You see the U.S., man, they looking out for their own Edomite family. See this? But they claim they in debt, right? Okay. Sure, let's get more. Let's get more. The United States provides significant financial aid to Israel each year, every year, according to MOU, right? Between the two countries, the U.S. has agreed to provide Israel with what? 3.8 billion annually through 2028. I think this started since 1948. Reading on. This aid primarily consists of military assistance, including grants and loans for acquiring U.S. military equipment and services. 3.8 billion a year. If we spent this much money, if they spent this much money on bettering their own country, including South America, right? It won't be no poor. It won't be no lower class. Hell, it probably won't be no middle class. We living in a corrupt government, man, that only is concerned about themselves. The rich get richer, and the rich is violent. Let's get more. Let's get more. So we dealt with how much money they give to Ukraine, how much money they give to Israel. Let's see how much money they give to other countries, man. Right? Study their own poor in their own countries. In their own country. The United States allocates a significant portion of its budget to foreign aid, supporting various countries and initiatives worldwide. Right? In fiscal year 2022, the U.S. spent approximately $70 billion on foreign aid. $70 billion on foreign aid. Right? That was 1 year. And they probably do it yearly. Right? I don't want to read all this. I just wanted to get that number, man. Right? And they do it for what? Military assistance, to push democracy, economic development, to extort, right? This is madness. To sell more vaccines to unalive people. $70 billion a year. Right? And we claim we in debt, man. And we so much in debt. Why is this happening? Right? I searched up the 10 recent store closures, man. This is taking away jobs, man. How is somebody supposed to support themselves, put themselves through school, support their family, buy the basic needs, the cheap things of life, man. When you got almost 500 stores a Tuesday morning, 300 stores CVS, almost 200 stores at 7-Elevens, 150 Walgreens, 100 Foot Locker, Children's Place over 100, right? David's Bridal, Janisco, Christmas Tree, Family Dollar over. Blacks and Hispanics work at Family Dollar. Almost 1,000 stores been closed down just this year. Come on now. They coming after us, man. And we need to wake up and unite, man, and fight back. Like the Most High and His Son would do. And King David would do. Nehemiah would do. Right? Check this out. And on top of that, banks are closing. Why? It's all a plan. They have a one world currency, man. Digital currency, man. One bank. They control everything now. Look, over 40 branches U.S. Bank, 23 Wells Fargo, 23 Capital Ones, Bank of America, 23. Right? U.S. banks closed over 3,000 branches just last year, with J.P. Morgan Chase leading the closures by shutting down 144 branches, man. It's a setup, man. It's a setup, bro. And we need to wake up and smell the coffee and get it together as a nation and come together, unite and love, right? And so we could progress. Do I want to bring this out? Yeah, hold on, Salaki. I'm gonna bring that out in a second. But we need to realize, man, this is how they want to control us, man. These are the things that they're doing, man. And they lying to us, talking about how they don't have enough money to stop the homeless, stop the poverty, to end the poverty, right? To provide everybody with health care, to feed everybody, to put I'm sure they could, with that money they spent yearly, they could put everybody in a nice house, a nice home, a nice mansion, with a car, with a nice 9-to-5. Let me get some precepts. Salakia. Let me get some precepts. We gotta understand, man. Since slavery, man, us as a whole, right? We don't accumulate wealth, Salakia. We don't have no economic mobility, right? We always in a low-paying jobs because we discriminated upon, right? We barely get bank loans, right? Because we got no credit or low credit, or we don't have a good enough job, right? They don't the banks don't really care, right? And they don't see us as a people that will pay the money back. We're unreliable, right? That's what they do. It's how they feel, right? You got tax sales, right? You got redlining, intimate domain, even the media. The media is hurting us. Why? Because we're consumers. We want that. We want that. Everything that's glitter and gold, that shine bright, that look good, that feel good, that taste good. Right? It's all vanity. All vanity. Right? Let's get some precepts though through the spirit. Then I'm gonna bring out that article real quick. All right. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 7. Salaki. Bear with me. It's the book of Proverbs 22, verse 7. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. Right? The rich who rules over us. Right? And we become slaves to them. Right? When we take a loan, right? When we pay rent, when we have a car note, insurance companies, we are servants to them. We are slaves to them, man. They rule over us. If we don't pay them, things are being taken from, and we left without. Right? Exodus 22, verse 25. If you lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be to him as a usurer, neither shalt thou lay upon him usury. Right? It's a law in the Bible where you're not supposed to add entrance. You see that? You buy a car, right? It says 10,000, but you end up paying 16,000. It's crazy. It's crazy. You want to take a loan out and do whatever you want to do with it, you know what I mean? Become an entrepreneur with that money. We take a loan out for 20,000. Guess what? You gotta pay back 35,000. Right? You want to buy a house, right? Set for 100,000, you're gonna end up paying 200,000. It's the rich rule over the poor, man. The rich is we know who the rich is, man. Esau. Leviticus 25:37. You shall not give him thy money upon usury, nor lend him thy victuals for increase. Right? We just went over that, man. When they lend us victuals for increase, right? Here you go. Borrow this. With Salakia. What brothers? Some people do with the car. They finance it, or they lease it, right? And they just add interest to it. They tax you crazy, man. Right? It's the book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 44. He shall lend to thee. Who is this he? Esau, Amalek, whoever. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. What banks you know ran by Israel, by Jake, Salakia, right? By Jake, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. What bank do we have to lend to these other nations? Right? Even if we do, they not coming to us. They hate us. They despise us. We onto them as a reproach. They might even try to rob us, just like they did Haiti, right? Back in the day, man. How they stole over 500,000 pounds of gold, man. Just ran in their bank and just took it. Read it on. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. We at the bottom. I just showed y'all. Let me show y'all again. They should be the head, and what? We should be the tail. Look. And that's generous. Right? There's probably one house. There's probably one person in the household, you know? Maybe two. Right? It's the book of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 6. You have so much and bring in little. Right? We work hours upon hours, even doubles. Right? And guess what? They tax us. We don't bring as much as we think. You eat, but you have not enough. Right? We get our little food stamp card, whatnot, or buy food with the little money we got, right? Boom, we still not eating sufficient enough. Right? We eating the GMO foods, the cheap foods, because we can't afford the whole foods. We can't afford the foods that doesn't have all the um the less ingredients, the less preservatives and all that. Right? We get what we can afford. You drink when you're not filled with drink. You clothe you, but there's none warm. He that earneth wages to put it into a bag of holes. You see that? Right? Living paycheck to paycheck. We just working to pay bills, man. We just working to pay bills. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 17, verse 25. He saith, yes, and when he was coming to the house, Yahushua prevented him, saying, what thinkest thou, Simon? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom of tribute? Right? Of their own children or of strangers? Peter saith unto him, of strangers. Yahushua saith unto him, then are the children free. You see that? The ones that's been subjugated to customs, taxes, tribute, right? Entrance fees, right? APR high percentage fees, right? We're not free, right? We're servants. We're slaves to this economy, man. We're slaves to this piece, right? To these banks, to these insurance companies, to these corporations. We're not free yet. We're not free. You think Solomon had to pay somebody? You think King David had to pay somebody? You think King Jehoshaphat had to pay anybody? You think King Josiah had to pay anybody? Psalms. I'm gonna hold that. That's Psalms 109. All right, let's get Amos 5 and 11. Amos 5 and 11 in the NLT. Salagi. Yeah. Bear with me. I acting retarded for some reason. All right. Amos 5 and 11 in the NLT. All right. You trample the poor, stealing their grain through taxes and unfair rent. Right? And that's what the so-called white man do, man. Therefore, though you build beautiful stone houses, you will never live in them. Though you plant lush vineyards, you would never drink wine from them. You see that? Unfair rent, man. Damn, 1 bedroom, $1,600, man. A damn studio, $1,200. It's crazy. Even if you couldn't afford rent, you won't be able to afford to buy groceries or pay your car note, man. And what if you got school debt, man? What if you got medical fees? You're gonna be kicked out, right? It's a book of I'm gonna get book of Daniel, chapter 11, verse 20 in the NLT. Slocky. His successor was sent out a tax collector to maintain the royal splendor. but after a very brief reign, he would die, though not from anger or in battle, right? So basically, I wanted the first part. His successor was a tax collector to maintain the royal splendor. What is America's royal splendor, man? The military, their jets, right? Their foreign aid, their agreements with Ukraine and Israel. That's their royal splendor, man. They got they got islands where they go freak off. The tax collector to maintain the royal splendor, the wickedness of Esau. Next precept. Just the book of Proverbs, chapter 15, verse 10. 15, verse 10 in GNT. If you do what is wrong, you will be severely punished. Right? Hold on, Salakia. I think I want Proverbs 10 and 15. Salakia, we're going to come back to that. I think it's 10 and 15. We're going to come back to that. This is the book of Proverbs 28, verse 8. If you make money by charging high interest rates, you will lose it all to someone who cares for the poor. You see that? At the end of the day, man, Esau is going to be done, man. Right? The citizens of America ain't going to stand too long for these. And we know that as Israel, we need to understand that too, man, and start supporting each other. Right? It says if you make money by charging high interest rates, someone who cares for the poor, they will lose it for someone who cares for the poor, man. Right? You see Putin, what he doing to Russia. You see China, man. They actually solved the problem. Solved the poverty problem for over 800 million people, man. But we depend on Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. We praying to them. Those are ones that cares for us. And what they gonna do? Destroy America. So we won't have to deal with these payments, man. We won't have to deal being captives anymore. Next precept. This is the book of Proverbs 29, verse 7 in NOT. The godly care about the rights of the poor. The wicked don't care at all. They don't care about us. They don't care. They're going to continue to inflate. They're going to continue to tax us. Continue to oppress us, man. As long as their pockets is right. As long as they eating good. As long as they got their generation wealth. As long as we settle for bread and circuses. As long as we still got ESPN. As long as we still can watch the game and attend games and go to the strip clubs and to the bars, we're not going to care. We're not going to care. Only the righteous going to wake up. And you got the classic Baruch 3 and 8. Let me get that real quick through the spirit. Got the classic Baruch 3 verse 8. Bear with me. Baruch 3 verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where you have scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments. Right? And we have many of payments, man. Many of payments. And some people, right, too poor to even have payments, man. Still living with their moms, right? Can't even help moms out with the rent or any bills, right? Baby mama hit you with child support. You kicked out the crib, right? Don't got no means to make it to work. You spend Uber money. You spend a $30 Uber to get to work. You only work 4 hours, right? You only made $10 a day. This is crazy. We're subject to payments, man. You think Biden care? You think Kamala Harris really cares about us? If so, well, all them billions they giving out to these other nations, why they don't give us reparations? Why they don't give us a plan? Why don't give us grants? Right? Why they don't give us a monthly paycheck of 1,500? That'll help out the motherless. That'll help out the single mothers, man. That'll help out the single fathers. That'll help out the so-called Native Americans on these reservations, man. Set up jobs, man. All them billions of dollars, they can set up jobs, man. The poor is gonna get poorer and the rich is gonna get richer, man. And they want to control us, man. They're gonna control our money, man. Control the food, control these prices, control the housing market, control everything. Right? They control the money, they control the people, man. You know what I'm saying? But check this out. I want to show y'all something. This is how China, right, got rid of their poverty problem. Over 800 million people. Can't make this up, right? Bear with me. Let me share my screen. Hold on, wait. Look, China's remarkable achievement of lifting nearly 800 million people out of poverty. Right? That's how they did it. 1, economic growth and job creation. China focused on rapid economic growth, which created millions of jobs and increased incomes. 2, targeted poverty elevation. The government implemented targeted poverty elevation programs, right? Identifying and assisting the poorest households with tailored support, like financial aid and stuff like that, right? And giving them basic services. 3, relocation programs. Right? Millions of people were relocated, right, from hospital and impoverished areas to a better living conditions. Wow. 4, education and skill development. Right? This helped equip people with skills needed for better paying jobs, right? 5, social security and welfare. China expanded its social security system, providing subsistence allowances. Allowances, not just say you give at least people what $1,500, $2,000 a month, right? Just a grant, just have that, right? 6, ecological compensation. These programs provided financial incentives to communities for preserving and restoring natural ecosystems. Okay. 7, rural revitalization. This includes developing rural industries, improving local governance, and enhancing the ecological environment. Right? This is what China did to end 800 million people out of poverty. And we only got about 600,000 people that's in poverty. No, what was it? 40 million. Why America can't do this? Because they don't give a damn about us. They don't care. It's all planned. It's all planned. Power structure, man. All crafty council. It's all a scheme. Right? To depopulate the earth at the end of the day, man. And that's what these lessons is for, man. To warn y'all. To warn y'all through the spirit. Let me get a couple more precepts. Then we out of here. This is the book of Psalms, 109, verse 31. For he shall stand at the right hand of the poor. Who's he? Yahweh Shai. They gonna stand for us. The Most High is gonna stand for us. He's gonna take care of us. Right? He's gonna save us. He's gonna provide for us. Reading on, to save him from those that condemn his soul. They want to destroy us, man, financially. They want to destroy us mentally, psychologically, physically. They want to take all that we have. Spiritually, they want to put us to death, man. This is the book, Tobit, chapter 4, verse 21. Let me show this, Salaki. Show this last precept. Book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 21. And fear not, my son, that we are made poor, for you has much wealth. If you fear God and depart from all sin and do which is pleasing in his sight. See that? We may be poor now. We may be poor tomorrow. Might be poor yesterday. But as long as we got the Most High, we rich in spirit, right? He could bless us. Tomorrow, we could be broke now and rich tomorrow, man. He's going to make a way for us. As long as we fear him, we depend on him, we cleave unto him, right? And we focus on the kingdom of God, right? We don't got to worry about nothing, man. Right? And the gates of hell ain't going to prevail, man. This program, this plan, this crafty counsel of making the poor get poor and the rich just dominating the economics, dominating everything, dominating the resources, right? It ain't gonna be for too long, right? And with that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, while Yahweh shy. I don't have any announcements, but if you got any questions, concerns, you need counsel, you want to debate, contact us. Contact the Instagram, the email, if it be on your heart, to send an arm through the Cash App, the water. And with that, I'm gonna say Shalom. Part 4, Lord willing, will be next week. Part 4 will be on debt. How they trying to put everybody in debt. And with that, I'm gonna say I love y'all. Stay in the spirit.